Hey, fat guy wearing a horizontal striped shirt makes me look even fatter. Sorry, I have to. Some things that are put under stress or strain really show their true colors. Call it stress tests. I, unlike most people, have always known how incompetent, evil, and unintelligent teachers are, and specifically the groups that they're in, which are unions. Evil entities, if there ever was one. I'm completely against unions. What you think about unions is not really my concern. I don't know if you're in the United States or not, but since the kids haven't gone back to school yet, most parents know that they need to work, and they actually use schools as a daycare, right? So they can go to work and their kids go off to school because they can't be left alone. All these teachers, the parents, excuse me, are upset saying, well, their kids are going to fall into poverty because they're not getting an education. They keep saying this, you know. I know kids need to socially interact with other kids and, develop social skills and all that stuff. But of course, you don't need schools for that. But they say that they're going to fall into poverty unless they get an education. And of course, I know different countries are different. Schools and colleges, they don't educate anybody. You go there to regurgitate and memorize stuff. And I keep hearing this said for the past year plus during what's going on in the world, and it's just such epic BS. And I know these parents want their kids to be babysit so they could go to work, and that's understandable and logical. But poverty has nothing to do with that so-called education, which is not an education at all. The reason why all these college pukes, and let me repeat that again, college pukes, are so upset is because they got tons of college student loan debt, and they're highly educated. They're actually not educated at all. They can't get a job because no one with a brain, if I'm an employer, I'm not going to hire a college puke, so what the hell do you know? What the hell do you know? Well, I have a degree. Well, who cares? The Germans and several other European countries have it right. They don't have this push college mentality. Kids find what they're good at and or what they like, and they go into trade schools to become machinists and engineers, construction, so on and so forth. You don't need school to keep yourself out of poverty. And here's a fact, and you know it as well as I do. And I'm not putting down plumbers or electricians, all right? Everybody knows about the plumber that shows up and he's got his fanny crack sticking out while he's working on your plumbing. They make a lot of money. And most of them don't have an education. They never grew up reading Shakespeare or Plato. And it is good to be a cultured person such that you're able to understand. But it's nothing to do with poverty. Poverty, this notion of poverty versus success is complete nonsense. It is complete and total nonsense. The only reason why these rich kids want their little stupid brats to get into Yale and Harvard is because it's an entrance segue. And it's not about what you know at all. Well, I went to Harvard. So what? It doesn't mean anything. When you go to places like Harvard and Yale, so on and so forth, these prestigious places, what you do is you hobnob with other people that are entitled and inherited a bunch of money. And I've been saying for my entire life, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Some of the dumbest people alive are these mega billionaires. Just really, really dumb. I'd like to mention one, but I don't want to say his name. I think he owns a few sports teams. Dumbest person alive. Has nothing to do with what you know. It has to do with who you know. That's the reason why these parents, these rich people, want their kids to go to Yale and Harvard. It's to hobnob with other people with money. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But also to trade skills. I know how to do a lot of stuff with my hands. I can fix computers. I'm I've been doing leather work now for decades. I know how to build things, fix things, I write books. I'm self-taught on all of that. There's the cultural side of knowing stuff that isn't going to make you any money, but what it does is it lets you have the lexicon and the aristocracy to hobnob with other people that have money and the fine things. Well, hi there, Buffy. How are you doing? Oh, I'm just fresh out of college. Yes, Daddy sent me to Harvard. I'm looking for a job. Well, Buffy, we've only got a few positions available, but since you're a Harvard child, starting salary is $250,000 a year. Your father is friends with mine. Oh, yes, I went to Harvard with your brother's mother's sister. This, that's what college is for. There is some legitimate things that one would go to college for. I mean, become a doctor, a lawyer. Let's not talk about doctors being the second leading cause of death. Doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, constructional engineer. Other than that, I mean, I have a PhD in English Lit. And I've got $100,000 in student loans. Well, who's going to hire you? I get really sick of all these people, and I know they want their kids to go back to school. But I mean, that's not really a great thing. They're not getting anything other than babysitting. Your child is not becoming any wiser or more intelligent by going to school or college. They're not. Force your kids and give them incentive, carrot and stick. Like, you do this, you can have that. I'll pay you $10 if you read Shakespeare, and I'll pay you $1,000 if you read slowly, the first 3 Enneads of Plotinus. I mean, that's going to make your child way, way better than anything they're going to learn in school or college. That sort of mental engagement builds muscles in the brain, so to say. And kids need to have skills. I mean, it cannot be all purely theoretical. You can read the very best stuff that I've recommended, but you still need to know how to build things and fix things. I know, other than being a fat, tattooed, bald guy, I'm proud of the fact that I'm extremely, genuinely educated, and I damn well know how to build things and do things and fix things with my damn hands. That means no matter whatever comes down the pike, you're safe. It's like I can do stuff. I can build things. I can fix things. I can make things. I spent 6 hours yesterday on the sewing machine making stuff, and I spent $150 shipping it out to FedEx today to people. I know how to do it. You don't learn that stuff in high school or college. You just don't. You need to have the skills that give you what you need in life. You need survival. This notion that school is a path out of poverty, it's total lie. All these kids that go to college, they're getting a path into poverty. I got tons of student loan debt, and I have a degree in justice warriorism and English Lit, but nobody wants to hire me. I got tons of debt. Why do you think nobody wants to hire you? Because nothing that you were indoctrinated with, not educated, is translatable into the real world. And I'm not against somebody with an English Lit degree. I love to read. My house is a freaking library. People need to wise up. These teachers have been shown their true colors. The true colors I've been preaching about forever and ever. People are starting to see how horrible. Oh, here's a great example. There's this group of teachers out in California. There's the head of the teachers union, some dude with dreadlocks. Okay? He would say, oh my God, we cannot have kids. It's so dangerous for kids to go back to school. And he's got a little kid of his own. So there are these teachers, these parents they stalked this guy. They made a video and they posted it on the internet and Twitter and everywhere, showing what a vile hypocrite this guy is. He'd been preaching and preaching and preaching. No, we can't have kids go back to school. It's too dangerous. Ah! So they film him taking his little rugrat to this like expensive private school. You know, see, total lying hypocrite. Total hardcore lying hypocrite. Kudos to those women, those mothers that, you know, found that guy and videotaped it. They blocked out his little rugrat, you know, in the video editing tool, which is good. It's like, look, what a hypocrite. This is the guy that says our kids can't. People need to see this as an opportunity. The fact that your kids aren't in school right now is an opportunity for your kids to actually learn something that will really build their minds. Memorization and cramming for a test is not an education. It's not! It doesn't give you life skills. It doesn't teach you how to build things and fix things and do things. That's what a real education actually is. The education that people are talking about is snobbery. It's this good boys clubs, like, oh, hi, Muffy, I went to college with your sister. Does your sister want a $250,000 a year job? It doesn't matter if she has any skill. That's the reason why people go to these prestigious colleges. They don't learn anything more there than you could get with a library card at a good library, not a public library, which I have one of those here in town, by the way. Extremely well founded. I got a library card there. And man, I spent a lot of time there. Not recently, but I spent a crap load of time there. That's what a real education is. People need to wise up. Anyway, this is my rant against so-called education. Thanks for watching.